Welcome. Thank you for taking some time out of your busy day to join us today. I am Stephanie Whitaker, the Managing Director of Whitaker and Dupre Travel Partners. The COVID-19 has certainly disrupted our lives and our travel plans. I want you all to know that our physical office is open by appointment only, and all our advisors are working at home remotely or in their remote offices and are waiting and willing to help you and get you started for your next journey. We are here today with Kevin Ferguson. Kevin is the Business Development Manager for Collette Vacations for Western and Central New York. An interesting thing, I found out that in 1918, Collette family started the Collette Vacations. And in 1929, Dupre Travel Partners was started also. So obviously they have longevity and lots of experience in the travel industry. So you should not be worried, and you should be very proud to work with us. One of the things I wanted to remind you that if you have any questions at all during the presentation, please use the chat box. At the end of the presentation, Kevin will answer as many questions as he can. Thank you again for joining us. Kevin, it's your turn.
Fantastic. Hi, thank you very much. Really appreciate that warm welcome here, Stephanie. Yes. And let's get my screen up and going here. My name is Kevin Ferguson. I am the Business Development Manager, just as Stephanie said, for Collette. And I am really proud to be able to partner here with Whitaker and Dupre Travel to tell you about our biggest opportunity of the year for 2021. And without further ado, if we got the big screen up and going, looks great. Awesome. So yes, for 7 years, I was a tour manager, and prior to the sales side, it has been an amazing, amazing world to see. And this is what I want you to get excited for, because 2020 has been a year that we've been all just wanting to take this pill to get away and to just think about 2021 instead. So let's get done with the, let's talk about what has been going on. But today, really the emphasis of this presentation is to get you excited about travel again, to understand also why it is important to invest in travel in 2021. We, as a company, want to make sure that we can offer you safety, security during these uncertain times with a lot of flexibility. And also, we have a huge opportunity for you. That is this right here. It is our biggest opportunity of the year. We have up to 20% off on tours on the land side worldwide. And this is going to really vary depending on departure and part of the world and region and the date. But I want to emphasize this, is that this is for many of our tours from May of 2021 all the way up until April of 2022. So if you don't want to travel in 21, 22, there's great opportunities as well. And it will be extending even into the summer months for Oberammergau, which is the passion play that happens once every 10 years. In terms of flexibility, we want to let you feel confident in understanding that we have been very, very flexible with our approaches here in 2020 and 21 and beyond. Number one, what we have available on this promotion, is opportunity for you over the next few weeks in November, is that if you, the traveler, has to change your tour or your departure date for any reason in 2021, all the way to the end of the year, up to 60 days prior, there's not going to be any penalties at all. Only thing that may apply is some price differencing, and that's really depending if you're going on a big trip down to something a little bit more closer to the home. For example, if you're planning on going to Japan and you opt for Mackinac Island in Michigan, yeah, there's going to be a little bit of price differences that may vary there. But again, here at Collette, we do offer the best industry-leading protection waiver, which is a cancel for any reason policy. Literally to the day prior, if you have to cancel for any reason, it is a full 100% cash back refund there. Now, while on the road here at Collette, we want to let you know that we are partnering with our friends at the CDC, the WHO, local health and governmental authorities to make sure that we can run tours properly and safely where it allows. And yes, we know that for 2020, it's been very limited, but we did start touring back in July of this year. So I will tell you about some of those spots in a little bit. But what are we doing for you pre-tour? Again, we're going to be giving you a pre-tour health screening, this questionnaire, asking you how are those things, how are you feeling? We do have a private sedan service. So within 50 miles of the Rochester Airport, as well as 92 different gateways around the country on all air-inclusive bookings, we pick you up. What an amazing experience. That's a great way to start and end a trip. Well, we're going to make sure that we've got that enhanced cleaning and all those sanitation things happening even before you leave home. Here as well, our cancel for any reason waiver. Of course, when we're on tour, things such as face masks, we're going to be giving you a face mask in your welcome documents here prior to tour. You will also be noticing here that we're using the social distancing and spacing guidelines here on the motor coach. Currently for 2020, early 2021 here, we're working at half capacity. So on a 44-seat motor coach, maximum size is 22 travelers. We'll be talking about some of our smaller group lineup of tours here called Explorations in a little bit. But here, that's the thing, is that you notice that we're really working in tandem with, again, those larger health bodies and organizations just to make sure that we're operating this right. Of course, with the news of a vaccine coming out here, things may change in terms of group sizing in 2021 and beyond here, but do rest assured here that we're going to do this as safe as possible. Here, we will have some departure dates. If you want to make sure that when things calm down, if you want to still be on a smaller group tour, here that there will be that available for you. So working with your travel advisors here at Whitaker and Dupre, they'll really be able to make this happen for you. As I mentioned earlier, we started touring back in early July of 2020. Places that we've gone to: South Dakota, Wyoming, our Trains of the Colorado Rockies, Painted Canyons of the West, which is our Denver to Vegas experience, as well as places like on the East Coast here, Georgia, South Carolina, our spotlight on New Orleans, on San Antonio, as well as our Nashville and Bluegrass country tour here, so Tennessee and Kentucky. I mentioned that to you, but I also want to show you that clients felt safe while they traveled. And that's the thing, is that, again, reading the surveys here, a 92% excellent overall experience, that is amazing to hear, especially during these uncertain and, again, times of trepidation when you're worried. 4 out of 5 felt that our precautionary measures had no impact on their tour enjoyment. So that is something definitely to reassure you when you go and travel. Just some shots of what it looked like here on the road this summer. As you can see, spaced out, masks here as well. And this is here on our South Dakota tour. So whether it's Feeding the Burros in Custer State Park, or again, our guide Beth out on the road in the Badlands, again, we're making sure that we're using those things, even little microphones here, to be able to amplify that tour manager that much more. Now, jumping back a little bit, because again, we're constantly reviewing to see if a tour is going to be operable or not. We're making that decision at 30 days out, and we're really giving you, the traveler, a clear-cut option of 3 different choices here for you if we make that decision that it's not safe to travel. One is going to be a rebooking on a price-protected date later on in 2020, now in 2021. So if you were planning to go on the low season to Ireland, let's say in March, but you want to go on a different date in August, well, fine, better weather, and we're price protecting you even on that date as well. Or if you want to change destination altogether, we will offer a travel voucher, and that's valued at 105% of the money that you have already put into the cost of the trip. So if you put the deposit and the insurance down, well, we'll give you that plus 5%. It's 5% more than you are probably getting off of your savings account in the bank right now. So it's nice to have a little bit of return on investment there. And here, the other option is going to be a full cash back refund if you say, no, I don't want to travel at all, and I don't have any plans. Well, we hope that you have travel plans. That's why you're already here watching this recording here. So far, since late February, when everything started happening in China and then made its way to Italy and the rest of Europe and beyond, we at Collette have given back over $115 million in cash refunds back to our clients. To compare that to 9/11, that fall was in fall of 2001 was $37 million. So one thing here is that during this entire time of 2020, we've still maintained our A+ Better Business rating here, a 4A2 on the Dun & Bradstreet. Our finances are in check, in order. That's why we don't own hotels, we don't own cruise ships. We've been very, very conservative over the last 102 years. We are the longest running tour operator in the world. Now, you, the traveler, what's in it for you when you travel? Well, again, not only that biggest opportunity that I'll be mentioning to you in our next slide, but there is also going to be some added value benefits here. Because you are working with the best, and that is Whitaker & Dupre's travel advisors here, is we do have a credit of either $100 up to $250 that can be used towards airfare with Collette and with Whitaker & Dupre. Or the other option is going to be a $100 credit that can be used on any other different parts of your experience. So pre-nights, post-nights, optional tours. Again, this is something that you can have a little extra savings just because you're working with the best of the best here. Now, let's go back to the good stuff. We mentioned this here earlier. Now I will really want to get into the travel stuff. That's why we're here, is about travel and explore and all that. So Australia, New Zealand is that we're going to have, this is going to be where that highest tier, that 20% off is going to be. And this will be from in September and then November into December of 2021. During the shoulder season and I should say during the higher peak seasons here, it's still 15% off on the land. That is huge. This is hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in savings there. Mind you this, in Australia, New Zealand, opposite seasons. So if you want to get away from it all in January, February, March of 2022, this is a great opportunity for you to, get something off of your bucket list, be a continent counter rather than a country counter, and be able to enjoy these destinations in all of its splendor. What has been surprising to see is that over the last several weeks, the trend has been changing from not just focusing on domestic and United States tours, but people really want to go and explore and see the globe. We know how fragile life is, especially, and we've been just cooped up in our houses. Make this opportunity yours. And here as well, Europe and Middle East, again, from May all the way up until March of 2022, except September and October, this is going to be that 15% off level. Easter is going to be very late in 2022. It's April 17th. So if you really want to get out of town after a long winter, whether you're a snowbird in Florida or you've been cooped up in upstate New York here in March, great, go and travel. You're going to be able to have less crowds. You're going to have fantastic pricing, an amazing opportunity or special right here, and you'll be back in time before Easter on April 17th. Also, 10% off here, as I said, September, October, for all those other destinations in those two regions. Small group explorations. We do this around the globe, whether it's going to be Cultural Treasures of Japan, which is our fastest growing tour this fall. Yes, Japan, people want to go. Yes, we can't go right now. This is the time that you really start to fill out that to-do list travel-wise here. So whether it's going to be meeting with the Masai Mara on a Kenyan safari, going to Morocco, Patagonia, and seeing the glaciers and the Andes Mountains in South America. Your friends that don't travel are going to ask you, how was it? And your response back to them is going to be simply, you missed out. Africa, same as well, 10 to 15% off in savings. And places like, for instance, here, South Africa, if you are a wine lover, great opportunities to enjoy the bounty of the harvest in South Africa, because that's late January, early February. So while your friends are shoveling snow, well, you're going to be playing around with the grapes there and viewing the Drakensberg Mountains, for instance, there. And again, 15% off. Or a river cruise on the Nile. Great opportunities and times here in November, January, February, really decent temperatures here in Egypt, 50 to 70 degrees on average there. Again, take the time and take the opportunity to live your life. South and Central America here. I'm recording this here in the middle of November. And yes, the same time zone here on the East Coast as it is in Lima, Peru, or Machu Picchu. So if you want to be able to really enjoy and explore a different part of the globe, not having to deal with jet lag, if you're a foodie, some of the dishes like ceviche or of course sea bass in Chile, you have the opportunity to really just eat your way around the world. Central America, Costa Rica, Panama, especially as an animal lover or a bird watcher, bird lover, an amazing spot for you to see. You can never go back to the zoo once again after going to places like Central and South America. Asia, 10 to 15% off. So Vietnam, India, you want it, we have it. And of course, in Canada, and as well as the United States, for from May onwards to December of 2021, whether it's doing a Rocky Mountaineer experience or going to the Canadian Rockies or the Canadian Maritimes, we do have that available at Collette and Whitaker and Dupre. Here, United States, we started a little bit earlier with the promotion in January, from January of 2021 on, because we know that people are already wanting to travel in January, February, and March. And we can't go to those other continents or countries yet. So again, working with your advisor, this is the opportunity and the time for you to really be able to live your travel dreams. Oberammergau Passion Play, happening again once every 10 years from May until September of 2022. We do have that 10% off on our half a dozen or so itineraries for May, July, and August respectively. Just a reminder as well, Collette, we do 160 plus tours on all 7 continents. One of our new tours is going to be the peaks of Europe, from the Alps to the Dolomites. So if you're a scenery lover, these are your opportunities. Hotels, places like the Chateau Frontenac in Quebec City. This is where we're staying. Yeah, that's the one that's on the back of the $5 bill in Canada. So we want to make sure that you're experiencing 4-star plus experiences. You know, the Jekyll Island Club, overnighting there in South Carolina, or if you were going to go to Finland, staying at the Kaxlautonen Resort, 120 miles north of the Arctic Circle, overnighting in that igloo. How cool is that? Oh, you want to see what it looks like on the inside? That's what it looks like at night. Wow, you are going to be the envy of your friends, because again, you're living your life, you're choosing to explore. And again, at this time in our lives, this is, travel is the only thing that we pay for that we truly become richer from. We're trying to get rid of our stuff. That's why we have garage sales. These are memory makers right here. Or again, if you're a wine lover like myself, why not on a Northern Portugal and Spain experience, actually stay in the wine barrel rooms? Again, this is what people are really looking for, and something that, again, will really make an impact on just your overall life. Less hotel hopping as well with Collette. And I do want to point this out, is that we're not, this is not the guided tour experiences of the 60s and 70s when you're on whirlwind tours and one night. 50 plus tours, or 50 plus itineraries have 3 or fewer hotels on tour. So a place like Central Europe, Imperial Cities, 3 nights in Prague, 3 nights in Budapest, 3 nights in Vienna. So to be able to really unpack, see those areas here as well, you're going to be able to see much more than if you were doing this on your own, and again, taking it at a leisurely pace. Being a foodie, as I said, like myself, nearly 2/3 of our dinners are included on tour. But I do want to point out is that having a good flexibility of time to mix and mingle with other travelers, but also some alone time is important. So again, yes, we do have things in plan, but this is not regimented. This is, there's structure, but this is not going to be something where you feel that this is cookie cutter in any ways. Having dinner at the Eiffel Tower or out on a cruise on the Sydney Harbor, or while you're in the destination, having a home hosted meal or an interactive class, as you see here with travelers in Vietnam learning how to make spring rolls. This is a memory right there, being in the outback and dining under the stars. This is what, again, makes life and so much worth living right there. Some other little benefits, having a choice on tour. So if you want to do one thing and your traveler and companion wants to do another, this is not an extra cost. We're not nickel and diming you here at Collette. Again, nearly 3/4 of our tours, those 160 plus itineraries, have this benefit right there for them. So here in the Canadian Rockies, if you want to go on that glass walkway over the Sunwapta Valley, 950 feet above the forest, you can. Or if you want to stay a little bit more closer to terra firma, going out on one of the ice caps on the Athabasca Glacier, 1,100 feet thick. This is the thickest glacier south of the Arctic. Again, having peace of mind, not having to worry about a thing. Again, we will pick you up at your house within 50 miles of the Rochester Airport or 90 plus gateways around the country. So we're not just offering an airline seat, but really a full transportation package for you there. This is not an Uber or a Lyft. This is a proper sedan because you're worth it, right? Yes, you are. And again, our insurance here, no worries. Any reason, literally to the day prior of departure, if you have to cancel for any reason, sick cat, bad hair day, bad hair life, worries, pandemic, any reason, you're covered. While on tour, if you fall ill, and I get this question all the time, but what happens if you get COVID while on the trip? That is technically what's called a trip interruption. It's covered by the insurance here as well. So these are some of the things that really make our product different from the others here in the market. And if you have traveled with Collette here in the past or looking forward to traveling with us here in the future, we do have a loyalty program. We have extended it in the year 2020 because we've all been on a pause. And if you don't want to be with a lot of people, you can have this as really as intimate as you'd like. We do have private touring that is available. And yes, this is going to be at a tiered rate, but really it's based at starting at 10 travelers and working its way up into the couple dozen here. So if you want to just be with your close-knit family, especially after this long pandemic and time being cooped up, we do have this availability here with Collette and Whitaker Dupre. Now, what has been hot and trending over the last several weeks? These destinations. And this, again, what surprises me is that, yes, a lot of these are outside of the United States. National Parks of America, of course, but everywhere else, you're looking at Europe, you're looking at Africa, you're looking also at the South Pacific here on this destination wide. So again, we're able to really provide you the whole world. But small group explorations is really going to be where I'm focusing on here with you today, because for the culturally curious, this is something that if you really want to get into the nitty gritty of a destination, going beyond just what you would able to do by yourself because we have those connections, this is really what's going to make that impact here for you. So again, unique, active, sometimes adventurous here as well, and it's very hard to replicate. You're going to have on an average size of about 15 travelers, no more than 24. Most of the itineraries have about 19. So again, that's like a backyard party pre-pandemic time, 19 travelers, not too big, not too small, just right. You're going to have free time as well. So again, with choices and a few optional experiences sprinkled in there during free time that you can take and experience on your own terms. Having a local expert. So for example, whether it's here at the Galapagos and having that tour here of Galapagos and Machu Picchu and having a naturalist guide, Whereas we also will do this in Costa Rica for you. You're not having to walk around with the bird book or, with the encyclopedia or just, wondering what is this, what is that. You have an expert really showing you this place, so you don't have to worry about all of the prep and the educative part prior to tour. Culinary experiences. So whether it's street food tours in Bangkok, going into the local flavors and having a ceviche demonstration or pisco sour class in Peru, learning in New Orleans how to cook jambalaya at the New Orleans School of Cooking or in Santa Fe. We do this around the globe. Oh yeah, pasta making class at a winery in Tuscany. Yes, we do that. It's already a part of it. This is 4-star and above accommodations, as I mentioned to you earlier. So again, incredible amenities, as you can see as one of our shots here, right here in our Riyadh here in Morocco. And what travelers love explorations, anybody who is adventurous, anybody who says, I want to just, be able to enjoy those National Geographic experiences and connect with the people and the culture. Somebody who is looking for more. So that may say, hey, I've done the Rome, Florence, and Venice, but I really want to focus on maybe Puglia to Bari and to Naples and Amalfi. This is just some of those experiences there. And really having somebody who is willing to just try some stuff that's a little bit different. That can be even right down to Vespa riding in Italy, for example, or overnighting on the Aran Islands of Ireland. We're the only operator that actually does a full overnight on the Aran Islands. Again, not just visiting, but really being with the people of that area. And again, the experiences here is that it will help you to really understand cultures, traditions, and the human spirit. Northern Lights of Finland, I've already showed you the Igloo Glass Hotel there that we stay at. Well, one of the days we're actually going out on a dog sled with a dog sled team through the snowy forest, meeting with the Samis or the nomadic people of Lapland, and much more. Or again, sipping coffee in a cafe that is dedicated to empowering young women on the mysteries of India. This is the stuff where it's not just, hey, let's go into a destination, but let's really delve deep into that destination. Some new tours here for 2021 and 2022. Again, you'll see that word explorations. Think small group on this next 2-3 slides here, whether it's Ireland and going up to the north of Ireland, or going through Scotland and overnighting on the Cotswolds, which you see in that middle shot there at the bottom. This is the England, literally, of 30, 40 years ago. So we want to get out of those big cities and get really into those little gems that Ireland, England, the UK has to offer here. Netherlands, Belgium, and France, multi-night stays, as you can see here. Unpack, use the drawers, stay a while, visit Bruges, be able to walk and enjoy the town here as well. Or again, peaks of Europe, which I've mentioned here earlier. Again, across Europe, France, Italy, Switzerland, really seeing this encompassing view. Sicily, with also a alternative package that goes to Malta, where they speak both English and Maltese. Another really popular destination. This is kind of like the new Mykonos for those of you that have been to Greece. Really, really neat architecture, just a very laid back, chill environment there. And again, Italy, Amalfi to Puglia here, multiple night stays in places that you may have never heard of. And that's what I love about this lineup here of tours, is that it was already been built in as being small group, and now more than ever, with just the social distancing guidelines here, I say that this is something that you should definitely look forward to in 2021 and beyond. Lake Bled, these are the same places that you see on your Chromecast or your Alexa screensaver or your computer screensaver and going, oh, this looks awesome, I'd love to go there. Where is that? We're going there. We're letting you be able to really explore these spots that you would only have just been able to see through picture or staying at home. Stay tuned for the following. Again, Turkey, Greece, Thailand, Japan, even Northern California coming online soon. So please, again, take advantage of this opportunity here for you. This is the best pricing of the year. This is also going to be a time where you really, the early bird does get the travel worm. So knowing that you do have these enhanced protocols that are being put out there, an unbelievable amount of flexibility as well, and all those other things that I've mentioned to you earlier, you should not hesitate at all to travel and to deposit and invest with Whitaker and Dupre and Collette in 2021 and beyond. Again, as always, I really appreciate your time here as well. Whitaker and Dupre, the office, always available through email as well as website here. Phone number here, 585-442-8901. And again, on behalf of Whitaker and Dupre and Collette, thank you so much. Stay safe, stay sane, and happy Thanksgiving, and we'll get through this together here. Just looking at the chat here, we have nothing, so that is the end. Any other questions that do arise, please reach out to the office here respectively by phone or by email, and one of our expert travel advisors will be able to assist you there. Thank you so much.